Okay, we're ready.
So whenever you're doing this with a customer, I want you guys to actually be playing chess, not checkers. I want you to be very prepared when you talk to a customer about this. So one of the most important things I would recommend to you guys that I've learned when I'm presenting this to a customer is make sure you got a bunch of these things at your desk. Okay? If you're doing it on your last one, that's like Murphy's Law. The customer's going to ask you to do it again, or let me see that again, or like, what happens if this happens, or something like that, and you don't have any more, and then the magic's gone while you're going to go hunt down another one from somebody else's desk. So have a big fat stack of these at all times, especially if you're going to use it. So there's a couple of ways to actually take and do this for a customer, and I'm going to show you the easy way, but then I'm going to show you the way that actually works. That I enjoy. You guys use the markers, right? Use Gatorade? Oh, sick. Well, you're going to love this then. I don't have any Gatorade. I'm too cheap to buy Gatorade. Huh?
Nothing used to get rolled.
It will, right? Well, I mean, hey, that's great, though. I mean, think about that, right? Imagine this is in your car. Yeah. So it's real important to get the customer engaged, have a good story, right? It's kind of like a story car, sells better. So right here, what was your name again? I forgot. Sorry. Darren, I apologize, man. Darren, we have here a fabric swatch, and as you can see here, one side's protected and one side's not, and this is actually just a quick demonstration on how Resistall works. In fact, here, you take this one. Now, Darren, as you can see, one side is protected, one side's not, and can you feel any difference in between the two? Not really, right? Right, because there's never going to be any difference in the way your car's appearance comes out after we apply Resistall. It's going to maintain that factory finish. Now, as you're feeling it, do you smell any difference in it? There's no difference in the smell, right?
No.
Right, so it's not going to alter the smell of your car. You're still going to have that new car smell to your vehicle, which I think is real important. That's why customers pay extra for a new car. But that being said, it creates a barrier in between the seats and of course you or your kids, your dog, or your whatever that you've actually developed rapport with the customer over. And you can show them, right, on an unprotected seat, over time, let's say, God forbid, this Sharpie's in your car, right, your new Accord, right, and it's open. As you can see, what happens?
Sinking into the material.
Yeah, sinking into the material. It's bleeding through, right? Which is really unfortunate. It'll make it extremely difficult to clean. Right now, here, Darren, you try this one side. This is the protected side. And make sure you really kind of grind it in. Pretend you're sitting on it. I mean, your pants will be ruined, but the seat won't. Right? And what you can see is that it actually doesn't bleed around, right? And more importantly, it actually stays on the surface and doesn't bleed through. Now, I don't know about you. Which seat would you rather have?
Protected.
Yeah, absolutely. I can't agree with you more. Right? And it's that simple, right? So common questions. You guys have had this and presented it. What do they say? What have customers said to you?
Well,
I don't want to say objections, right?
They usually don't have any objections until they pay for it.
That's right. And they ask you, how much is it?
But you know they see
That's
value
one.
in it because they
$2
ask
a
how
month.
much it is,
Yeah.
or they get mad when you take it off the car. Like when you
Right.
They get mad. My dentist almost didn't buy it because it was on his phone.
Right. Yeah, so it's, so sometimes they're going to ask you how much it is. It's only a couple bucks a month in your payment. F and I will go over that with you in just a couple of moments. Right? A couple of bucks. I would say a couple bucks. Because if they're paying 18% interest, it's probably going to be more than $4.
Those people don't give a
No.
I just playing. No, I mean, all funny aside, I mean, I always give ambiguous numbers. A couple bucks. They'll go over that with you later. If they say, how much is it exactly? Hold on, I'll go get Tim, and I'm sure he'll do the math for you right here. Give me just a second. Whatever. Handle the objections. Right, so the customer says to you, one of the things that I've gotten for a customer is, okay, you said it makes it easier to clean. Clean it. I've literally had a guy say that to me. It's a gram, right? Yeah, it's a piece of paper, right? So the reality is, sir, is it doesn't seep through, and right, we can actually try, but the great news is with Resistall on a new car is if we can't get that out, we'll actually get you a new seat. Right? So it'll actually pay to not only repair, right, or refinish a seat, it'll literally pay on a new car, 2 years newer, it'll replace the seat. It'll replace the cover. Right, so we had a Sequoia with a claim, and what had happened is kid had a sippy cup, did something like this, freaked out in the car, got over the back of the seat, got on the floor, got in his seat. It was everywhere. I couldn't believe it. We had to replace the carpet, the front seat here for the passenger, and his captain chair in that car. It was an arm and a leg because we couldn't get it out. It was Red Knot's High C. So this is a great way to do it. It's really easy.
Does it cover the headliner?
No, it doesn't cover the
Doesn't
headliner.
cover the headliner.
Yes,
seatbelt.
unfortunately, a customer got burned on the headliner. To tell you the truth.
That's what I thought. It doesn't cover headliner, seatbelt, or safety, like steering wheel or
Yep.
gear shift.
Absolutely.
Okay, sorry, I just randomly thought.
Yeah. It was actually it was admittedly all over the headliner, and that's not covered. But hey, at least their carpet, their seats, and everything else was replaced, and they could try to handle that.
Yeah.
So I'm not a big fan of doing it this way. I'm more of a fan of dipping it, which is why I call them dip carts. So again, the exact same thing, big fat stack. What's that?
Just with the man who has to do it.
You dip cart? Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah, that's cool. I love it. That means they're asking about it. I mean, I think it's important, right? If you're gonna,
Every time.
yeah. So again, big fat stack. My personal favorite is to give the customer one, right? So Darren, thank you for being my my guinea pig here. And as you can see right here, we have a fabric swatch, and here this one's for you.
Alright.
As you can see, do you feel any difference on them? Right?
I do not.
No. What about the smell? There's no difference in the smell, right? So it's not going to alter any appearance or smell in the car. You're still going to have that new car smell, which is really fantastic. That's my favorite thing to get a customer to do. If they smell the fabric swatch, it's kind of like getting the customer in the trunk of the car, right?
We know where you've been.
Right? Yeah. Yeah. So that's how you know you have an engaged consumer, is if they're like, really? No, it doesn't smell any different, right? You know, so hold back the laughter when they're doing it, right? But give them a smell it, see? You know, because then you can tell, you know, if you need to hurry the hell up. If they're not listening to you, right, you know, real quick. But so the reality is, you know, I know you got kids.
I do.
I reckon so. But suffice it to say, I know your kids won't spill anything in your car, but their friends might, right?
Absolutely.
Right. So what we can do is we can actually protect against those stains, because the reality is we can't prevent them from happening, but we can certainly protect against them. And what Resistall does is it's a hydrophobic, hypoallergenic, your kids can't be allergic to it, antimicrobial agent that we apply to the interior of the car, and it creates a barrier between your seat and of course your beautiful kids. And what you can see immediately on the unprotected side is it's already soaked in, right? It's pretty bad, right? But with a simple cloth, we didn't even damp it. It takes and it wipes off, no problem on the protected side. Now, Darren, I don't know about you, but what seat would you rather have?
Protected.
Right? I can't agree with you more. So, that's it.
Boss.
Oh yeah. Does that make sense?
Yeah, always get them involved.
So what is
You
that?
can.
Yeah. Which this right here is ketchup and water.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
It's creative.
Well, I'm just cheap.
No,
That's
it's good.
pretty strong. That's a good
That's,
example.
yeah. 'Cause
Look,
the
and-
ketchup packets in the bag, kids sits on it.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
It's kaboom.
Yeah.
You know, like that one.
Right on the bottom.
Right? You guys remember when you were kids, you would take and twist them up real tight and run them over the car?
Maniacs.
And run
No.
before the car.
You put them behind. No, what you do is you put them. I used to do that when I was a kid at McDonald's. You take and you twist it up, you put it under somebody's tire at McDonald's, and like you sit outside and eat, and it goes like, pow!
Yeah.
It like shoots out. I was a terrible child.
Yeah, interesting. You.
Yeah.
Lincoln log. He got it. So bad.
Yeah. Okay. Good. Thanks. Thank you so much for yeah. I appreciate that.
Like the same results with like a soda.
Yeah. So fair warning. Actually, thank you for reminding me that soda is gonna work great. Any cold liquids. Under any cold liquids, do not use hot coffee. If you use hot coffee, you're gonna be like, it's gonna look something like this. You're gonna be like, Darren, great news. We can't prevent stains, but we can protect against them.
Yeah.
You're gonna pull out like a fabric swatch that's gonna be all degraded from the coffee, and your stick is ruined.
But that's not gonna happen to the seats.
Right, exactly. Yeah,
Smooth.
right. But that's just this is just being prepared. Don't use hot liquids. Don't use a hot
We had
liquid.
this guy at my last job named Jim, and he would always use just whatever he had. There were a couple times he would have coffee.
Yeah. Cold coffee works fine.
Yeah.
Cold coffee would be totally okay. Which is actually the number one claim that we experience. I spilled coffee in my car and I can't get it out. It's the number one thing that customers experience. Okay, cool. So who's first? I'm not the only one doing it today. Who's going to do it first?
Let the two pros go.
Yeah, I like that.
Bro, I haven't been Resistall in
That's right. Ladies first, right?
2 years.